Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. Today in the shop I have this 2000 Toyota Camry, which is true survival because it has only 123,000 miles and looks like new inside out. It belongs older couple. I had it here, I look in my paperwork, I had it here in the shop a year ago, and I see the difference on odometer. They put on it only like 150 miles in 1 year. And the owner made appointment because he claims that he purchased high-end performance battery from Optima, but the battery is being drained by something in this vehicle. He said he didn't install any quick disconnect or anything. His quick disconnect is this. He said, don't be surprised, you will just wiggle it off, but it's because I did that. I'm tired of removing it with the wrench, so you will see this is loose, but there is a drain. He keeps saying, I'm sure there is a drain in the battery and you need to find out where it is and deal with it. I would like to see the whole picture, so I will start up the engine and let's check how the alternator charges. If we come here together, the voltmeter is here, the multimeter, you should be able to see, I'm putting it on the volts, and what we will get here. The red goes on positive, negative, and the alternator is charging correctly with somewhere 14.20, 14.14, something like this. This is totally perfect. We can switch off the engine and continue. And of course, when you have these cases, you listen as much as possible to the customer, but it doesn't mean he's correct. Maybe the battery is bad. We will have to look on the sticker how old it is. There should be a sticker somewhere. But let's see how it holds the charge, or what kind of charged up situation it is. So hopefully you can read it. It says 12.24. That means the battery is completely depleted. And to be able to test it, I need to put it on the full charge. This will take a while. It keeps going down as we speak, as I speak. The battery is losing continuously its voltage. This is, everybody knows, if the battery was fully charged and in the good shape, it should be holding somewhere like a 12.7 or 12.65, and we are falling down on 12.18 right now. Looking on the details, it says here high performance. Of course, the most important is hidden under the strap, but it says AGM battery. What is really good, I see a sticker, how old it is. It says 220, it's a February 20. We have a 1st November 21, so it's like a 1.5 year old. This battery, purely theoretically, should be in the good shape, but I really have to disconnect it from the vehicle and fully charge it. I keep looking on the model. It's a model 35. It has a CA910, CCA 720, so that's a good solid battery. It has a 3-year free replacement with proof of purchase. That's what it says right there. Well, we will see if it's good or not. When you disconnect battery, you know you start with the minus It's a ground, so you always want to put it away in that manner. It will be not jumping around and accidentally jumping back on the terminals. Oh, this is absolutely loose. Look at that. Oh, so he never even connected correctly the plus. Oh, that's interesting. How these cars drive, I have no idea. When both of the terminals, they look like neutral, both terminals were just barely sitting there. Incredible. So I hooked the charger to the battery. Here you can see it. This is the charger we got recently from Top Dome to review. I selected the AGM model, which you can see right here, and the charger is confirming that that battery really needs to be fully charged. It's barely at a 25% of its capacity, so this will take a while. Fortunately, that's not a problem for me. I have a bunch of work today here, so this can take time. The owners are also not in hurry. I can have it overnight and do it right for them. Okay, I'm done with charging this battery. Now let's see what is the condition of it. We said it's fairly new. Look at this. After charging it for almost 5 hours, right out of the bed, it says only 12.56 volts. Wow. So let's go for it. I will bring it as close as I can. You know this tester very well, how you can read the screen. Maybe this way. So I push OK, English. It's out of vehicle, that means it's disconnected from the vehicle. It's after charge. We just charged it. Regular flooded. Well, what are the options? This is AGM. It doesn't say spiral. It's an AGM lead acid battery. Do we have AGM flat plate? Maybe it's a AGM flat plate. Is it AGM spiral? Because these, we have like these oval areas. Let's use this one. I'm not sure, they are not specifically saying what it is on it. CCAs. We know it has 720 CCA. I was just testing Neighbors Optima, which is very old. So that's why there was such a high number. That's a 720 here. 720. And let's see what is the result. State of health, 100%. State of charge, 93%. So as you can see, I couldn't finish it because I really don't have time forever. So after 4 or 5 hours, it's still missing little topping off, but at 12.56 volts, which kind of was weird to me. I expected 12.7, but it has a 775 amps and internal resistance, it's very small, 3.84 milliohms. The worst I saw was just hour ago at my neighbor's garage. He has a very old yellow Optima. Just to give you comparison, it was 24 milliohms. It was absolutely dead. It's an old battery. He just wanted to recheck that the battery is bad, but yes, absolutely. So here, that resistance 3.84 milliohms, it's very small, it's perfect, and it's a good battery. Good, we can continue. I want to have it perfect, so despite the fact this terminal looks absolutely gorgeous, I don't care. This tool will rough up that surface, remove everything bad possible, and I can nicely connect and positive, and I will use that 10 millimeter wrench. Heck yeah, not going let it loose like he had it. I don't know why he had loose both. So I have that positive nicely hooked to the battery, and for a nice testing I put here temporary brand new terminal on the negative, and we will be connecting the negative terminal of the battery with the negative cable to the vehicle. I did set up this multimeter for this testing, so I will be measuring the amps. Let's start on that. And I have little clamps right here which I can nicely hook to it. So I'm setting it on the amps, and let's see if the owner was correct thinking that he has a draw or not. Either way, it's fine. We will find out. So this is nicely hooked, and when I will connect it right now to the vehicle, we will see how much draw will start going between the vehicle and the battery. This should be all legit. I have it away. It's tight, so there should be good connection. Boom, right here. And let's observe together how many milliamps we are drawing. So we are set on the amps. Hopefully you can read it. And it says 0.022 or 21 amps, which actually is, in the other language, it's a 21 or 22 milliamps. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, it's legit. This is very correct reading, and there's nothing wrong with this vehicle. There's no excessive current draw because of this number which we are looking at right now. And I remember clearly when I got my training from Toyota, we discussed that in the classroom with the trainer, and it was really big question on him. And he said on these vehicles, including up to 2012, because that's, I believe, the year when we were in training, which there was a lot of complicated already Priuses and so on, and they will have always higher draw than such a simple old Camry. So they said the maximum acceptable for all these vehicles which were servicing at that time was basically 50 milliamps. So in other case of being on the amp setting, it will be 0.050, 50 milliamps. And as you can see, and I keep looking at it, it keeps moving between 20, 21 and 22 milliamps. This is absolutely fine, and there's not excessive current draw. Just for the sake of fun and experimenting, let me reach in the vehicle and put the dome light on right here with the button. So the one bulb, pretty powerful one because it has only one for that front two seats. So I put it on. Hopefully you can see it a little bit. You heard a click and you can hopefully see it, and look how it changed. Suddenly we are drawing 0.786 whatever. The current draw changed drastically, right? This is, oh my God, you couldn't see it. Now you see it. I'm looking on it and I'm not watching the camera screen. So yeah, you see the drastic change in it. Let me put it down, focus on it, so you can see the number. Yeah, hopefully you can see it perfectly. That's all I can do right now. And I will switch it off and let's see the difference. You heard a click. You probably saw some difference in the current draw to the vehicle. So you see that number perfectly. Everything else, all the lights are off, but the security system is flashing. Let's see if we open the trunk. Maybe there is a light in the trunk. Let's see what that will draw. And look how it all changed. Suddenly, with the miniature bulb which is in the trunk, we are running 0.2 of amp. Conclusion of this entire video and entire testing. So we can see 21 milliamps being drawn. That's absolutely normal for this year and this certain vehicle. I will disconnect the battery again, put it back on the charger. I will keep it overnight and top that battery to 100% of the charge for these people, for these old folks. Number 2, I will explain him everything is fine. And if he drives 150 miles a year and the vehicle is sitting all the time, instead of disconnecting that negative, he should actually buy battery maintainer. This is from that Top Don, and I'm not being paid to do that. That was the one sample which I filmed for you. So this is the charger we used today. You remember, I know you remember, there was an option. Here are the charging clamps, but here is the area which can be disconnected right there. You get rid of these clamps and you hook this to it. This is the piggyback, I think it's called, right? You can install this. So this will be attached, these two ends will be attached to the battery in the vehicle. There it has a little fuse and routed from the battery towards probably the front, the grille. This can be inside of the grille, front grille. It can be maybe even slightly coming out. The owner, when he will finish using this vehicle and park it in the garage, because this is garage, you saw the paint and interior, he will hook his top down and whatever else he will choose, and it needs to be maintained. The battery needs to be plugged to it and being maintained, because obviously this will happen again if you drive this car locally for 5 minutes. I don't know, 150 miles, how many times they driven it? 30 times maybe. The alternator, it's not powerful enough in 5 minutes of driving fully recharge the battery, which was meanwhile being slowly drained with acceptable drain, but still it's being drained. So he needs to invest in this and prevent this situation from happening again. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, you found it helpful, and please be subscribed. I have way more coming your way soon. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.